Hello and welcome to Yoga Dharma TV. My name's Fran and this is my husband Martin. We're both teachers and directors at Yoga Dharma UK and Europe. Today we'll be looking at two postures, Janusirsasana A position and Triang Mukha Paschimottanasana. Martin will be the adjuster and I shall be the student. This is very useful if you're doing teacher training with us, or it's useful for anybody actually to have a look at, but this will be part of your teacher training module.
And so to the first adjustment of Janusirsasana A. So you could translate Janusirsasana A as head of knee posture. So we're taking the head of this knee of the bent leg back to an angle of 90 degrees. Now I'm going to just place my left heel in front of Fran's left shin, and I'm going to use that heel to draw the leg back to as far and close to 90 degrees as I can get. We're going to turn the trunk over the extended leg. Fran's going to take a big inhale, lift the chest, and on the exhale she's going to do a forward bend or a full flexion. So then my right hand and my left hand come either side of Fran's torso, and we're aiming for those lower ribs. Now we can take our fingers right in around those lower ribs, the right hand right in around those lower ribs, and begin to lift the right side of the trunk out of the right hip. At the same time, my left hand is pressing down and then beginning to lengthen. So the effect is that the whole of the trunk begins to lengthen, and we're looking to maintain all the natural curves in the spine here and keep the pelvis in neutral position. We need the elbows to be up and wide and the shoulder blades back, and the cervical spine of the back of the neck maintains its nice neutral position. So you always should think about creating space in any of these postures, so that's why we keep the elbows up, shoulders back. Okay, so that's the adjustment. So Fran, let go of the foot as you inhale, make your way back to seated. Okay, and another adjustment for Janusirsasana A. This time, I'm going to take my right hand around Fran's right thigh, and the action is I'm gripping the thigh with my hand, I'm squeezing it gently, and I'm rolling back the thigh, bringing the knee up and back and down again. And Fran, I'm going to get you on the exhale to do your forward bend over the extended leg. And then to attempt to take this curve out of the right side of Fran's back and flank, I'm going to press the heel of my left hand in and then lengthen forward at the same time. So lift your elbows, Fran, draw the shoulder blades back. Already we're creating more length there for Fran. You can relax out of that for a moment, Fran. You can come back out. And a self-adjustment a student can do is to squeeze the calf and thigh muscles together. And that action lifts up and rolls the knee back. So there's a self-adjustment that allows you to work that knee back to that 90-degree angle. You should always make sure the extended leg is in a straight line and the sole of the foot is absolutely flat. So anatomically, this is a dorsal flexion, or you're going to pull the top of your foot back to the shin, and that will engage all the muscles in that extended leg. Okay, so we're moving on to Triang. So essentially this is a forward bend with one leg folded back at the knee. However, as we come forward, there's a tendency for the hip of the leg of the bent knee to lift up as we fold forward. So the emphasis here is to maintain evenness in the hips and also keeping that nice neutral spine and pelvis at the same time. So one of the important factors we need to look at is, if you mind moving your hand, Fran, when you come forward, it's important to see if you can roll that thigh outwards of the bent leg. You can use a muscular activity to do that, and that will have the effect of grounding this hip of the bent leg. Now there is an adjustment you can do to help that as a teacher or a student teacher. So if I take my left hand, I'm going to use the space between the thumb and the first finger, and it fits in there at the top of Fran's thigh. So I'm gripping the thigh nice and firmly, and I'm using my hand to roll that thigh away from the midline, so it's evening up the whole of that left upper leg and the left sit bone. So Fran's going to take an inhale, lift the chest, and the exhale is going to come into a forward bend. So my hand is rolling out, also it's pressing down, so it's grounding that sit bone I'm going to use the heel of my other hand to create length in Fran's trunk. So it's opening up these ribs here, and it's maintaining or creating lots of nice space in the trunk. I'm going to remind Fran to draw her shoulder blades back, keep the elbows up and the sternum open. So already we're beginning to create lots of length in the trunk while maintaining stability in that left hip. So we keep the hips nice and square. Okay, so that's the adjustment completed. So Fran's on the inhale is going to bring herself with control out of the stretch. Okay, looking at an adjustment that you can do as a teacher, and maybe even a self-adjustment as well. So if the student has a tendency to roll out of the posture into the opposite hip, like Fran was very well demonstrating. So as a self-adjustment, you can place a soft block or a roll-up mat under this hip, and that will help keep the hips nice and square. Alternatively, as a teacher, what you can do is get the student to sit up slightly, place a foot beneath the sit bone, that squares the hips for them, and then we can come into a forward bend. So again, elbows up, shoulders back, keep the back of the neck nice and even in line with the spine and the head, looking to maintain all the natural curves in the spine. And again, I'm just going to use my thumb and hand around the top of Fran's thigh, just like we did before, and just gently press on that lower back, encouraging the lumbar spine to lengthen, encouraging that nice, long, flat, straight back that we're looking for with square hips. Okay, so on the inhale, Fran's going to come out with some control. I'm going to keep my right hand around the top of this right thigh so that she doesn't come out of the posture in an uncontrolled way.
Okay, so thanks for joining us. That was wonderful. Thank you, Martin, so much for adjusting me. I feel absolutely amazing now, so that was wonderful. Okay, so if you liked this video, don't forget to like it. Please, please, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions at all, please place your questions in the comments box below. And there is a link to the website in the description below as well. So see you soon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.